What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to show you how to make galaxy art just like this. If you've seen some of my earlier videos, galaxy art was one of my favorite things to do with my art pieces. Galaxies work really well on their own as a part of a background or added to your Pokemon drawings, which was a bit of a trend a little while ago. One of my first pieces of galaxy art was Oshishi Red from Uchu Sentai Q Ranger, and to continue with that, today I'm drawing Koguma Sky Blue, and once again we'll be applying the galaxy effect to the visor. Alright guys, it is time for the main event. So today I'm going to show you guys how I do galaxy art. Like I said before, I used to do a lot of galaxy art pieces early on in my YouTube art journey, and that's what we're going to be doing today. With that being said, we'll just dive right into it. Couple steps. First things first, you can go on Pinterest, you can go on Google, try to find some reference of a particular galaxy in whatever color you choose. So since this piece is mostly blue, we're going to look for a bluish galaxy or nebula, so you can just go into wherever you search for things and just type in like blue galaxy or blue nebula or whatever the case is, and then you should find a bunch of different results, and then you can choose which one. And it doesn't have to be a one-for-one copy. You could just use it as a reference, just kind of like to see where the colors would fall within the galaxy. You can just kind of base your galaxy off that. So I have found one that I particularly like. So next, for this one, we're going to be using colored pencils. We're gonna steer away from markers and all that stuff for right now. So we're just gonna be making our galaxies with colored pencils, and I recommend choosing at least 5, just to make it easy. So you want to have a black and a white color, so you can use your darkest part of the galaxy, and then you can add the white for your lightest part of the galaxy. And then I like to choose 3 different shades of the main color. So for this one, we're doing a blue galaxy, so we have a indigo blue, which would be like the darker shade of blue. And then we got like the main blue here, which is not really blue. I guess it sort of is kind of a blue, ultramarine. So that's going to be like the main blue for this. And then we kind of have our light blue, the electric blue, which kind of matches the overall suit and the helmet color here in this one. But the reference that I chose actually has more other colors to it. If you're just starting out with galaxies, you're trying it for the first time, I'd say keep it basic, but we're gonna live life a little on the edge here today, and I'm going to add in 2 more colors, because sometimes if you add a little bit of contrasting colors, it'll come out looking pretty sweet, and you'd be surprised how cool your galaxy is going to look like at the end. So we're going to throw these two little like pastel colors in the mix here, and we'll see what we come up with. Now the next thing is we're actually going to start drawing the galaxy here. You can begin anywhere you want. I usually like to start somewhere near the corners or the edge of the drawing, the piece, whatever you're coloring in here. But we are going to start with our black, our darkest color, and we're just gonna kind of faintly, very lightly, just start coloring in and adding some of the black here. And we're just gonna go in like a circular motion, very light. And whatever little pattern you want to create, it doesn't matter. We're just going to continue with the circular motion here. Very light. Maybe you want to create little like branches or however you want to do it. But very light. And then once you get into it, it'll just become like second nature, and you'll just be going to town. So now we're going to take our darkest of the main color, the indigo blue, and we're just going to lightly apply that as well. Because eventually we're going to blend them all together. And again, with the light circular motion, no need to go heavy on it right away. And you're doing the same thing, you're just kind of creating random little branches, random little patterns here. And it's okay, you don't have to go right up against the black. You can color over it because we're going to be blending it a little bit later on anyway, so maybe this area will be pretty dark. And then maybe we can come over to this side and make it more colorful or more lighter. But we'll make this like the deepest color. Okay. Now we're just going to climb up the ladder a little bit here. We're going to add in the regular bluish color here. And again, we're going to be doing little circles. And you want to do the circles because you want it to have like a cloudy type effect. And now we're going to go in with our brightest blue, our electric blue here. And we are going to fill that in. Now we're gonna go back with our black, and we're just going to darken the color. And again, we're just gonna continue with the circles, because the next step is going to be just layering it. I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it at this point. Just layering the colors, making them as dark as you can possibly get. And just to show you how that is going to come together here. And go in here and fill this in with like the darker blue. Alright, so I might speed this up a bit just to show you how it comes together, and I will be back with the next step. Alright, so as you can see, I just went in, I was layering the colors, and once you begin layering each color, when you blend it together, you kind of get that cloudy, smoky effect. And now what we're going to do is, on top of the lightest blue, the electric blue color we have laid down here, we're just going to apply a little bit of white. Now, I should say this probably works better on like a tone tanned paper, which is what I've used for my other Galaxy art pieces. But I mean, if you have a little bit of a color already laid down, you can apply the white over top of it and it'll blend just as nicely. You don't want to just lay the white down on top of the white, because you're not going to really see anything then. But if you have some sort of color laid down already and you add white on top of that, then you should start seeing a little bit of the pigment from the pencil, and then you can you know, just go in and mess around with it that way. So now we're just going to go in, and the same thing we were doing, we were layering and blending the colors before, so we're going to do the same thing with the white. And you'll notice when you start to blend the white with the blue areas, or with the lighter blue, it starts to kind of create this like smoky cloud effect, and that's exactly what you want. So I'm going to add the white over top. And then you'll just continue going back and forth, doing the same thing, laying some of the color down, going over it with another color, laying it down again, going back over it, and it's just all part of the process. You're just layering, and eventually it brings it all together and it forms the galaxy. So I'm going to continue doing this, and I'll check back in a little bit. All right, so as you can see, it's slowly starting to come together. So now I'm going to try something here. We're going to add a little bit of the contrasted colors. So we are going to just apply a little bit of this lilac around. Going to apply it a little bit around the stem of this blue here, just very faintly. Right? Just a little bit. We don't want it to be too much because we don't want it to stand out and overtake everything. And now we're gonna go in with the light aqua, and that's going to be the main focus for this part. You're gonna get like these pencil shreddings from layering over and over again. So if you have, I mean, you can blow it off. If you have like a brush or something, you can wipe it with, but don't use your hand because you're gonna get streaks there like I did. Alright, so this is what we have so far, and that's pretty much like all the steps you really have to take to get your galaxy down. Like I said, galaxies are pretty chaotic, so it could look however you want it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this other side, and I will come back and I will show you guys the finishing touches and what I do to add like the star effect. Alright guys, I've finished coloring the other side, and we have our main galaxy little design here. And now we're going to finish it off by adding the stars, which is really going to bring it all together. So for the stars, we either use one of these Posca Pen markers, or we use a jelly roll pen. Either one of these two is fine. It really doesn't matter which one. It's up to you. It's your preference. I typically just see how the ink lays down on the marker or on the pencil first, and then if there's too much pigment laying down and the jelly roll pen doesn't really want to sit on there nicely, then I'll go to the Posca marker, because that is, I believe, acrylic ink, so there's a little more saturation, and it covers the pencil areas nicer. So we'll see, but first things first, we're gonna take a ruler here and we're just going to, in like the darkest area here, I think we're going to just kind of outline a star, a bigger star, and you'll see where I'm going with this. But you see it has that like faint line there, and then we're going to do it away across as well. You can already kind of see a star forming there. And then I think we're going to take a 5 Jelly Roll pen and we're just going to gently cover the faint line with some ink. Let's see how this lays down first. Yeah, see, the ink's not, there's too much buildup with the pencil that the Jelly Roll pen doesn't seem to be laying down properly. All right, so I was able to get some of it out here. And we're just going to thicken up the center a little so that it looks more like a star. And we have a star there. Then we can go down here, maybe make a smaller one. Maybe we just make a smaller star right here. Outline. All right, I switched over to the Posca pen. The jelly rolls weren't laying down how I wanted it to, so we're just going to do it that way. And then over here, maybe we'll just do one more star. Maybe we'll just make a small one. Just want to like trace the shape. It kind of makes like a fading effect. Right? Maybe. Now that we got our major stars, our 3 big stars laid out, we can go ahead and we can add the smaller ones and bring the galaxy all together. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. And there you have it, guys. That's pretty much the completed galaxy and the steps to get there. I really enjoy adding the stars at the end. Once you start adding a couple and you add more and more, it really starts to bring everything together and the galaxy really starts to pop. So yeah, guys, I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Next time you want to do some galaxy art, hopefully you can do it a little bit easier now. But yeah, if you just follow these steps, it's pretty simple. Once you get the hang of it, you'll be knocking out galaxies in no time. But if you like videos like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And yeah, guys, I'll leave you with the final reveal, and I'll catch you all next time.